When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like Aloe or Allbirds, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and great marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling, and for shoppers, buying, simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does online business better than Shopify. It's home of Shop Pay, the #1 checkout in the world. You can use it to boost conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going through to checkout. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/income, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/income to upgrade your selling today. That's shopify.com/income.
Auto insurance can all seem the same until it comes time to use it. So don't get stuck paying more for less coverage. Switch to USAA Auto Insurance and you could start saving money in no time. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
USAA. This podcast contains adult themes and language, and some of the things that we discuss may be disturbing to some listeners. In this podcast, we discuss sexual assault, torture, race, and murder. Listener discretion is advised. Please take care of yourself.
Fruities, welcome to our newest segment. Love you, bye. I'm Wendy, and that's Beth.
Hello.
And this is going to be basically a bi-weekly minisode, and we're here for just some fun, informal chit-chat and bullshit and catching up. It's a work in progress.
Yes, so if you're listening to this and you have an idea for us, what we should cover or talk about, get at us.
Yeah. Hey, Fruities. Hola, buitibinafi, bienvenidos, bitches. I'm Wendy, that's Beth. And we host Fruitloops Serial Killers of Color, allegedly. This is our love you, bye thing. I don't know. Segment.
This is our thing.
It's a thing.
Our mini episode.
Love you, bye. And, you know, if you love true crime and you don't want to die, then come hang out with us as we catch up with each other and what's going on in the world and how everything's making us feel. Everything's pretty terrible out there, Beth.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Everything's on fire.
Yeah. My favorite meme is that one where the guy's hair's all disheveled, his t-shirt's all crooked.
Everything is fine.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? Everything's pretty terrible, but if you don't think about how horrible things are, they're really not so bad.
My favorite one is the dog sitting at the table and everything's on fire, and he's like, "This is fine."
Yep. everything's totally fine. Nope.
Yeah,
no
totally
fires
fine.
here. Yeah, it's bad. Let's talk about a couple things.
Okay.
Somebody just had a big birthday.
I
Happy
did.
birthday, my friend.
Thank you.
Was it a good day?
Not the actual birthday, no. I was working and,
Ugh.
didn't really do anything, but I'm old. I don't expect like big celebrations on my birthday.
Well, you're not Smucker's jar old.
We're going to do something on this Sunday, so it's cool.
Oh, good. I am so glad to hear it. I wish I could be there with you, friend, in person.
Yeah, me too.
To celebrate. But I will be there in spirit. And
I appreciate it.
If you got so wasted and you needed somebody to hold your hair back while you were puking, I would be happy to be that person for you, even though that would probably never happen.
Yeah, it'll probably never happen. Yeah. But I appreciate the offer.
Hey man, that's
Who knows?
love.
Maybe someday I'll take you up on that at CrimeCon or something.
Hey
Who
man,
knows?
yeah.
Although we usually end up going to bed at like 9. So.
Yeah, we're like, I gotta get my tea
so
and
tired.
a hot bath.
We're crazy.
Where's the Bengay?
We're so wild.
I know. We're like stretching.
Everybody else is like, "Oh, let's go hang out at the bar."
Nope.
We're like,
my
I gotta get my tea on.
Is 20 steps long, so no. So tight. Well, do you want to start with the news or what's making you happy?
Let's talk about what's making us happy. What's making us happy?
Okay, because boy, I just have to mention, did you know segregation is legal again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure we were talking about that. Everybody was aware.
Yeah.
So what's been bringing me joy? Okay. Little story.
Okay.
As I mentioned, when we were, I don't know if I got it on wax, but I'm very busy. And old Whitey is like, man, he's a really good guy. He was like, what can I get you, friend? And I was like, an assistant. But then he was like, no, for real, like, what can I get you? And I was like, well, I would like to just, as soon as I'm done here, just get in the shower. I need my pajamas picked out, and so I can do that. So he gets my pajamas for me and picks them out and puts her on the water for me. But you know what else this white man did? He got me my bonnet. My satin bonnet.
Oh my God.
I was like,
that is so
what?
sweet.
That is so sweet. I was like,
that is.
Oh my God, where's my air horn? That's what I felt
and you
like.
love him again.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God.
Very
all those
sweet.
thoughts of murdering him that I had earlier in the day.
All gone.
Totally forgot about him. So that brought me a lot
really
of joy.
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah. And thinking about it has brought me joy. What about you?
Yeah. Speaking of which, one of my things that is bringing me joy is, well, just one thing, I guess. It's similar to yours. I wasn't feeling well last week, and nobody takes care of me. You know, nobody has for a really long time.
Yeah.
But I wasn't feeling well, so I was sitting on the couch, and I told my daughter I don't feel good, and she brought me my dinner and a ginger ale. So that was really nice.
Oh my God. I love that. That deserves another air horn.
I know it sounds like such a small thing,
so
but
small.
But that's all you really need to do. It's like really small things, you know, to make people
meanwhile,
happy.
my kids are like, you're the worst mom ever, because they need, like, my daughter's phone's broken, and we haven't bought her a new one like right away, and she's like, you're the worst mom ever.
Ugh.
You're ruining my life. I was like, whoa. I mean, man, has anybody brought you a bonnet or maybe a ginger ale? Like, it's really not that bad.
No. I mean, when you get to the point in your life when somebody bringing you a bonnet or a ginger ale, it just really makes your day. Then
I know. Are you kidding me? I feel like you and I won the like spiritual lottery this week. What? And it's only Wednesday, bitch? Hello. Bring it on Thursday, Friday. Oh, man. That's a really, really good one.
Yeah. Other things that bring me joy, food.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What are you eating? And how's your garden going?
The garden is not, I mean, we got some tomatoes, so that's cool.
Hell yeah.
Other than that, we don't have anything yet. We're working on some sprouts.
Nice.
Ice cream is what really brings me joy. Love ice cream.
You're in the desert. It's perfect.
Yeah.
A perfect
It's my
treat.
favorite dessert.
Did Ben and Jerry's file for bankruptcy this week?
Shit.
Okay.
Something happened with Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah, something happened with Ben and Jerry's, but more on that another episode. But what ice creams are you eating?
So I have a Ninja Creamy, and so sometimes I make my own ice cream.
Shut up.
Yeah.
What? Wait, I didn't realize a Ninja Creamy was a blender until I listened to that entire context of that sentence you just said, because I was like, a Creamy Ninja. Oh, I was like, oh, that must be a Ben and Jerry's flavor that I hadn't heard of.
No,
Creamy Ninja.
It's a Ninja Creamy. Creamy Ninja.
Why does that make me think about sex? I'm sorry.
Okay,
so it's a creamy. I know. I'm sorry.
A Ninja, the brand Ninja.
The blender. And you make
It's
your
not
own...
a blender.
Oh.
No. It's an ice cream maker.
Whoa, you love ice cream so much. You have a maker in your house.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Oh my God. That brings me joy too. I love that for you. Oh my God. So you can have it whenever you want.
Yeah. There's a little preparation involved, but sort of. Yeah.
That's so fucking cool. Yeah, we had somebody got us an ice cream maker for Christmas once. And we made ice cream one time, and it was delicious. But it's pretty ingredient intensive, and I felt labor intensive.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't into it. I'd rather just go to the store. But tell me, do you put like real fruits in it and shit?
Yeah. So
Wow.
the reason why I like it is because you can make healthier ice cream. So you're not eating so much fat and stuff like that.
Oh, dang. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I love that for you. So in the apocalypse, you'll have vegetables and ice cream.
And ice cream. Yeah.
Yeah,
If there's electricity in the apocalypse.
We'll work on that later.
I need to get a generator.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Walmart. New beauty is in bloom at Walmart, and it's all about springtime radiance. From Drybar, Tula Skincare, and hundreds more available online, Walmart has the premium brands you want and this season's on-trend products for flawless, glossy hair and hydrated skin. Big name beauty brands? Check. The things you love? Check. Find trending spring beauty and all you need to look and feel gorgeous at Walmart, on app and online.
Switch to Verizon Business and get more from your internet without paying more for your internet. Get LTE Business Internet starting at $39 a month when paired with select business mobile plans. That's unlimited data, and with it, unlimited possibilities. Start saving today with Verizon Business, ranked #1 in small business internet customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Starting price for 25 megabits per second LTE internet plan with smartphone plan savings, plus taxes, fees, and economic adjustment charge. Terms apply. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Hey, speaking of growing vegetables, you know what has also been bringing me joy?
What's that?
Meghan Markle's Netflix show.
Oh, yeah.
With Love, Meghan.
Right.
And it is, I mean, I guess you could compare it to a lot of other things. However, this is a Black American woman with a Martha Stewart style glamorous DIY kind of show. And I've never seen anything like it with a Black woman at the helm. And every guest she has on, what she does, she's got this really like super millennial aesthetic. So it's like super white kitchen, and she's wearing neutral colors, whites and creams, but she's gorgeous to look at. And I think that her personality, I think, is really lovely. And she just invites people over, and they pull fruits and vegetables from their garden or eggs from her chicken coop and cook and talk about their lives or cool projects they have going on. I mean, it could be a podcast, but it's fun to watch, and it's getting so much criticism online. Again, any Black woman who makes something, it's gonna get dragged through the mud.
Yeah.
And, people saying, who does she think she is? Gwyneth Paltrow? Shit like that.
Gwyneth Paltrow is awful, so.
Well, yes, she is a complicated figure. But Gwyneth Paltrow, I think, is co-signed on Meghan's project. Either way, I think, sure, criticize it. But for me, it just felt like, have you ever had like a really, really rough day at work and you just need to run to the bathroom and like take a few deep breaths and splash water in your face and just stare at your reflection?
Yeah.
That's what the show's like. Spraying your face with water and taking some deep breaths in the midst of chaos. So that's what it felt like a really wonderful escape. And I loved it. It's not long and you don't have to really pay attention. And, I just love the idea of her getting things from her garden and having friends come over, and just, I love seeing a Black woman like living her best life, being married to Prince Harry, everything. And I loved it. Have you seen it at all pop up?
No, I haven't. Well, I saw it pop up, but I'm not into Meghan Markle like you are. So
yeah, there's that. I could be a Meghan Markle-phile. Actually, I'm pretty sure I am.
You're a big fan, so
yeah.
I generally don't really like those kinds of shows in general.
Yeah.
So
generally I hate them. I mean, hate watching Food Network shows. I hate because I get frustrated. Like, that looks really good. Now I'm hungry. I don't know how to cook stuff. I don't have any of these ingredients, and it just makes me so fucking mad.
I just usually, I don't know why, I just find it boring. Like it doesn't capture my interest.
I get that. Old Whitey loves cooking shows, especially the grilling shows and like the competition cooking shows. And my mom likes that stuff too. I've never been a fan of it. However, I do love Meghan Markle. So in my eyes, she can really do no wrong. But that aside, I just found it really like a great palate cleanser, a good distraction. There's like a Real Housewives lull. So like on Mondays and Tuesdays, there's nothing on Bravo to watch. So that's a crisis, if you ask me. So Meghan Markle can
filling
she
that.
can fill in those spaces.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a content crisis. That's what. Thank goodness Meghan Markle was here.
Thank goodness. Yeah.
So, have you been watching anything that's brought you joy or been a pleasant distraction?
Well, a Happy Face on Paramount Plus.
Squeeze me with our friend?
Yep. Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Is it scripted?
Yeah, it's a scripted show based on her life. Melissa Moore.
Yes.
She's the daughter of the Happy Face killer, and she did a podcast called Happy Face, and it is based on her story. So it's there's an actress playing her, and she looks so much like her.
Really?
It's crazy. And she sounds like her and everything. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, dang.
It's really good so far. I've only seen 2 episodes, but I think it's really good.
Holy cow.
It's basically about what it is like to find out that your dad is a serial killer, and then what your life is like after that point, you know?
That's a fresh angle.
Yeah, it really is.
Wow. And I'm sure she's played a hand in it, so I imagine it's really victim-centric and really thoughtful as far as what
it is.
And humanizes somebody in that position. But wow. Oh my gosh. Too bad I don't have Paramount Plus, because I'd totally watch this.
But on Netflix is The Residence. Have you watched that?
Not yet, but I've heard a lot of really good things about it. Mixed reviews, but mostly good.
Oh, really? Mixed?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that I don't want to, like, if you're still working on it, I don't want to ruin. Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, don't ruin it for me.
Yeah. But it's Uzo hello. She's a star.
Yes.
I'll watch anything with her.
She's played Crazy Eyes in Orange is the New Black.
Right.
And this is produced by what's her face? Shondaland.
Shonda Rhimes.
Yeah, Shonda Rhimes. Yeah. So
okay.
It's very lighthearted. It's fun. It's a mystery. So it's a detective, and a Black female detective. So, yeah.
Yes, I love that. I love that. Yeah. Uzo Udoba, I mean, Orange is the New Black. She played Shirley Chisholm in something. I just think she's
really good.
An amazing actress. So that's on Netflix, you say?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's another lighthearted one you can fit in between your Meghan Markle episodes.
Well, what do you know? I think I might be able to do that. Love it. Have you found any new podcasts?
Oh, yeah, actually. There's one I've been listening to called The Greatest True Crime Stories Ever Told.
Ooh.
The host is a woman who is, I think she said she has Arabic roots. Mm-hmm. She's a woman of color in any case.
Okay.
I just love the way she tells stories.
Okay. Fabulous. Somebody, Andrea from Nobody Should Believe Me, turned me on to Our Ancestors Were Messy.
Yeah.
And
is it good?
It's great. It's great. So that's fun. And then and her latest episode was about Zora Neale Hurston and Langston Hughes. I haven't listened to that one yet. It's in the queue. Yeah, great storytelling and great subject matter. Love, love, love. Also been listening to a song by Bad Bunny, Conejo Malo. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Not a clue.
Bad Bunny?
Bad Bunny, I've heard of.
Yeah, Bad Bunny, Conejo Malo.
Oh, okay. I got it. Okay.
Okay.
I get it now.
Whoa.
Explain it to the old lady.
But I don't know when this song came out. I caught it as background music in some Instagram video I heard, and it is called DTMF. It just feels like a summer song about friends. There's some lines about sending nudes, getting drunk. I hope my friends don't move far away and leave me. But if I get drunk, please help me get up. And the beat is just really, I feel like I've been dancing for the past 2 days straight, nonstop, listening to this song 24 hours on a constant loop for the past 2 days. I just love the beat. I love the rhythm. And I love how Bad Bunny raps, mixing in English and Spanish, kind of Spanglish. And there's like singing behind him in Spanish, sounds like a little choir and a live band. It just is really, really a fun song. And I'm trying to discover the song of the summer. I have my eyes on Summertime. And this is a strong contender, along with the one I was telling you about that goes, we're in the middle of a hostile government takeover.
Oh, yeah, that one.
I talk about it. So, yeah, I've been just listening to that song over and over and over again. DTMF. Are you a music person?
I mean, I used to be, but
yeah, I mean, you went to all kind of crazy ass concerts. You and Minnie.
I did. Yeah, back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But
did you ever see Michael Jackson?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't really into Michael Jackson.
Okay, I was just curious because people would pass out when they would see Michael Jackson.
Oh my God.
On stage.
That's crazy.
So I want to meet somebody who's seen him in concert to see if that happened.
When I got old enough to go to concerts, I went to some heavy metal concerts, Blue Oyster Cult.
Godzilla. Is that?
I'm sorry, what?
Godzilla. Whoa.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Definitely not their best one, but
what?
That is indeed Blue Oyster Cult.
Okay.
And Black Sabbath and, that kind of stuff. And then later on in the 80s, when all the popular music came out, like Michael Jackson and stuff like that, I was listening to... Now, don't laugh at me.
No, I would never.
I was listening to jazz fusion.
Oh, say more.
Jazz fusion. It was jazz, but with electric instruments.
It sounds amazing. I don't think I've heard of jazz fusion before.
Yeah, it was really popular in the 80s.
Okay.
Trying to think. Pat Metheny.
Is Kenny G jazz fusion?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't know what Kenny G is.
Okay.
He's pop.
Okay.
I'm thinking the Dixie Dregs, Al Di Meola, Chick Corea.
No, it's okay. See, this is probably how you felt when I was trying to explain
when
about
you're
Bonnie
trying to talk about all these other bands.
Who is that? Yeah,
right,
okay.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And then after that, in the 90s, I was into alternative music. Rage Against the Machine, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Then I kind of just lost interest in what was going on with music. To me, it got boring.
Yeah, sure. But, I mean, you still listen to music, right? Your favorites on a CD somewhere, on a record player, radio station.
I don't really, every once in a while I'll be like, oh, I really like that song. And then I'll go into a loop of different songs. But normally I'm listening to podcasts.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy, right? Oh, I should also mention that my parents were into classical music and jazz, traditional jazz, and so we listened to a lot of that growing up, and I still listen to some of that opera and things like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a pretty wide taste, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful. I was mostly asking because I, for my mental, a lot of times need music to reset. Because a lot of times with me, it will be like a CD skipping in my head. And I can't move on to the next thing, or I'm just walking around in circles, literally. So I need a something to change to change the channel. And
I guess I do that with podcasts and TV shows.
Okay. Well, there you go. There you have it. Beth hates music.
I hate music. That's right.
You know what? Beth says, I love you by the music.
Yeah. I mean, every once in a while I'll hear a song and I'm like, oh, you know what? I really like that. But a lot of it, popular music right now, I just find boring.
Sure. Yeah. No, I mean, it's not all about the popular stuff.
I know. I just don't always hear. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
It's okay.
I'm too old.
I'm not looking for you to do anything. My mom used to say, like, when we'd be like, Mom, you have to make us dinner. You're supposed to give us 3 meals a day. And then she would say, I don't have to do anything but stay black and die. You don't have to do anything but stay white and die.
And pay taxes.
And pay taxes. Yeah. She would always add that part too.
Wow, this house is cute. But can I really get in the game in this economy? I do have savings, and I am responsible-ish. Ugh, I should bury it. I'm being wild. But what if I'm not being wild, though? Could I actually score a...
Kick off your home buying journey with Zillow's new BuyAbility tool. It makes it easy to find out what you can afford, so you can get off the bench and onto the playing field with confidence. Check your BuyAbility, only on Zillow.
Hey, this is Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast, here to tell you that Michelob Ultra is giving you the chance to win tickets to the NBA Finals. That's right, the 2025 NBA Finals. Just head to michelobultra.com/NBA Finals. Michelob Ultra courtside NBA Finals sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents, excluding Maryland residents. 21 up. Begins at 9 a.m. EST on February 16, 2025. Ends on May 5th, 2025. See official rules at michelobultra.com/rules for price and details. Message and data rates may apply. Void where prohibited.
You know what else is making me happy?
What?
Talking to you.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
You all right over there?
Yeah, I just took in a deep breath of air from laughter, and that's good. Yeah. I think the doctor ordered it. Well, my friend, I wish my list of things bringing me joy was longer, but it's not.
Yeah, I know.
So
let's get into it.
We're going to do the news too?
News, yeah.
Okay. Oh, man, I was hoping we could close with happy things. Okay, let's do the news. Well, follow up real quick on the Emily Pike story. We told you about the 14-year-old Indigenous girl from Mesa,
right,
who was reported missing in January, and her remains were found near Globe in March. And according to Mesa PD, this teenage girl, she was 14, she had other missing persons reports and a history of running away. So I think that might have contributed to, the delay in finding her. But all that said is it just, it reminds us all of the missing and murdered Indigenous women problem that is, taking the lives of women of color, and they're being harmed and people are not being held accountable for it, including systems are not being held accountable for it, like police systems and stuff like that. So we learned a little bit more about the case, more details. There was apparently an anonymous call a few days after she was reported missing that her mom didn't hear until even a few days after that, left by an unknown person saying Emily was with her mom on San Carlos Apache tribal land. And the group home checked with Emily's mom, and Emily's mom was like, no, she's not with me. I remember we reported her missing.
Yeah.
So her mom was like super worried. And then on February 19th, officials from the Bureau of Indian Affairs contacted Mesa PD saying that they found what they believed to be a Jane Doe that could have been Emily. And 1 week after that, she was identified as the missing person. And, the color of your skin, your zip code, your ethnic background, your sexual orientation, none of that should be barriers to receiving help or your case getting the attention and resources that it deserves.
Yeah.
So that is a story that will continue to be following. They do not have any persons of interest or any suspects that we know of at this time. So I'll be following it.
Okay.
What do you got?
Well, have you been following this thing about different countries around the world are putting out travel advisories about traveling to the U.S.?
No.
Yeah.
But, duh.
Yeah, let's see. Canada put one out, and then other European countries like Germany, Denmark, and Finland.
Wow.
They issued all of them, and others too, probably. Because people are being detained by ICE.
Yeah.
A Canadian citizen, Jasmine Mooney, was detained by ICE for nearly 2 weeks.
Oh, my God.
Over a misunderstanding regarding her work visa.
Oh,
she has been legally working in the U.S., and she went to a immigration office because there was an issue with her visa. So she went to the office to get it figured out, and they took her in.
What the fuck?
She was denied access to legal counsel. She was sent to a detention center in San Diego and then moved to Arizona. And she said she endured freezing conditions, inadequate bedding, and poor quality food and water. So she was eventually released, but a German man named Fabian Schmidt, he is a legal permanent U.S. resident. He went home to visit family, and when he came back, he was detained. And he's still being detained.
In detention?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's terrifying. You know, people, my mom is an immigrant. I have a very large family of immigrants. And whether you are like me and my family, I think everybody, you know, I don't know that girl Sarah or the German dude, but I think we all have people in our lives whose immigration status is in question. And even those who have valid legal residency are being
like the German guy.
detained.
And these two people that I mentioned, these are the ones that have been in the news. They're white.
Yeah.
And I can't even imagine what's happening to people of color because it's got to be worse.
It's bad. And so I'm glad you brought this up because I wanted to share some tips because it is... Woo!
Yeah.
It's a lot to see the news and see them treating people this way.
Yeah.
So just a couple tips so we can arm ourselves and share with our communities and loved ones and look into more. You know, if you find a link that's reputable, share this information. I've just been collecting the information. I know the biggest tip that I wanted to share is that if they show you a warrant, make sure that it is signed by an actual judge. Because sometimes the ICE agents are just saying, I have a warrant, and it's just a piece of paper to mislead you and intimidate you into acquiescing to whatever bullshit that they're up to. And so you have to make sure that it's signed by an actual judge for it to be a valid warrant. If you are approached by ICE, you have the right to remain silent. You don't have to answer questions about your immigration status. You can ask for an attorney. You don't have to, like I said, open the door if they do not have a warrant signed by a judge. But yeah, like watching the news, I've just been like, are there any legal funds I can donate money to? A quick $5 here? That's what I've been doing when I'm really frustrated with seeing the news and like, what can I do, right?
What can you do to help? Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, everybody is helping in their own little way. I feel like us talking about it, but this is going to be
it can happen to anybody, even, you know, if there is no question about your status as
They're
a
even
U.S.
rounding up
citizen.
Yeah. People who are citizens.
I mean, if there's something wrong with your passport or, you know, there's no guarantee you won't be detained.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And who knows how long they'll keep you for.
I mean, you could lose your job. You could lose your housing. If you're detained and you can't get a hold of anybody, I mean,
and you don't show up for work, you're losing your job.
You're fucked. Yeah. You're fucked. And what are they going to do after they let you out? Nothing, right? Like, there's probably no recourse, which makes this even worse.
Yeah.
So stay armed with information, y'all, and share the right information with your, if you can, oh my Lord. But we have to stay informed, because I have heard ICE officials being like, yeah, they ruin our plans because they know their rights. Darn it. So knowing your rights is making their fuckery more difficult. And that's how we resist, at least one of the ways. So anywho, yeah, thanks, Beth. It's that's great. What else?
You're welcome. Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
Spring is here, and you can now get almost anything you need for your sunny days delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? Well, you can't get a well-groomed lawn delivered, but you can get a chicken parmesan delivered. A cabana? That's a no. But a banana? That's a yes. A nice tan? Sorry, nope. But a box fan? Happily, yes. A day of sunshine? No. A box of fine wines? Yes. Uber Eats can definitely get you that. Get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. Order now. Alcohol in select markets. Product availability may vary by region. See app for details.
Hey, RIP to 23andMe. Did you hear about this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Actually, everybody, if you have 23andMe, you should download your information and delete your account.
Yes, but don't you have to ask them also to delete your data and destroy any existing material?
I don't know. There was instructions online about how to do it.
Okay. Follow the instructions, because this
Google it
sounds
and follow the instructions.
Terrible and terrifying. Like, people are like, 23andMe is filing for bankruptcy and they're going to offer up their assets. And you know what their assets are? Your DNA.
Your DNA, yeah.
That's terrible. You know what? I ought to watch Terminator 2 again to remind us of what's to come. I mean, and after that, Book of Eli, because you know what? 23andMe was always fishy to me. I mean, how cool to learn your ancestry, but as a Black American person, what are they going to say?
Suspicious,
your ancestors are from Mississippi. I don't know if that's entirely accurate. So it seemed like a waste of money. And I also have heard elders in my community be like, I'm not giving them my DNA. What if somebody in my family commits a crime? I don't want to give them any help,
Yeah.
And then there's also the more terrifying reality, which we're being faced with, which what happens if they just give your DNA and data away?
Yeah.
How more personal does it get than your DNA? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, at that point, do you want my social security number also? Because you might as well have it. You know what I mean? I don't know. This is just really...
I don't have a good enough imagination to try to think of what they would do with my DNA.
Yourself. Come on, friend. Let's think of the worst case scenario. Let's do it right here, now.
I mean, yeah, what is the worst case scenario?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I mean,
I'm
is it any worse than where we are right now? Probably. I don't know.
I mean, what I'm imagining is them selling your DNA, and then they take the DNA and they find out that you have some kind of health issue, and so they start trying to sell you or something.
Deny you coverage.
Oh yeah, okay.
Increase
all right,
your
now
health
we're
insurance
talking.
rates,
Now we're talking.
kick
All right.
people off Medicare and
Say
Medicaid.
thank you. That's what I needed. That's what I
Yep.
needed, because I don't have my imagination is not good enough to imagine that kind of stuff.
You know what? That's another thing that I wanted to talk about. I haven't said this out loud yet, but I've been seeing a lot of people who are like, we thought Trump was going to help us. Like,
why?
I didn't know the lion or the leopards were going to eat my face. I thought they were going to be my friends.
Yeah, I don't know why they thought that, but okay.
You silly billies.
Silly goose.
But like, for example, American farmers are having a really hard time right now.
Yeah.
And don't feel like they're really being helped by the Trump administration.
Yeah,
Most
surprise.
farmers in America currently are white. I've talked about the land loss of Black farmers, and we know about the loss of Indigenous land and stuff like that. But white farmers are the ones who've been getting all the help generally, all the resources, all the programs. They get help with their loan applications. all the things, but they're not anymore and having a hard time. And then I was thinking, Black people are pretty used to not getting resources.
Yeah.
Oppressed communities are pretty used to
taking care of themselves,
figuring out a way forward because nobody is coming to save us.
Right.
And it's just interesting to see these people faced with, oh no, who's going to help me now? When Uncle Sam was always help me.
Yeah.
Who's going to help me now? Almost like the caught flat-footed, unprepared. And I don't know if this is a get my chair and popcorn kind of a moment, because I never want anybody suffering, right? I'm not praying for the suffering or the downfall of anybody, but it's just interesting from my vantage point and knowing what I know about the United States and how they've helped generally a certain class and population of people, and those people are now not getting that help in the same way.
Yeah.
What that reality check must be like. It's just interesting to witness.
It is.
As a Black person.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what to say other than boy, is this an interesting time.
Yeah. I wish it wasn't, but it is.
Oh, boy, I am so sick of being a part of
interesting
history.
times. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so tired of
this.
it.
Yeah.
I am so tired of it. Oh my God.
Yeah, me too.
Oh God. Oh, hey, I got some chickens. Oh no, I didn't get chickens. Actually, I have ducks and turkeys. Sorry. I was like, what are those birds again? Yeah,
Ducks.
We got ducks. We have 2 mallards and they're fucking assholes. Remember how I told you that listener who I didn't respond as well as I wish I had, and they now hate us and told told me to go read Frantz Fanon, which I have been doing in an obsessive fashion. And so much so that I named one of the ducks Frantz Fanon. And he's a mallard and he's not very friendly. But anyway, we have ducks and chickens. And I don't know why I'm telling you that other than it's an interesting time. But, I know. We're prepared for the apocalypse.
Times.
We've got our, ducks make delicious, more nutrient rich eggs. And these turkeys, my kids don't want to kill them, but we do eat turkey. So what if we just raise a turkey to eat? It'll be ready in 5 months. So
you'll be ready for Thanksgiving.
We'll be ready for Thanksgiving. Since we named the turkeys, one of them is named, my son named it Joe Biden. Anyway.
Joe Biden?
Yeah. So anyway.
Oh my God. What's the other one?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Skibbity toilet or I don't know. I don't know. Something ridiculous. Anyway.
That's hilarious.
So
Joe Biden and Skibbity toilet.
Oh my God. It's crazy over here right now. Anyway, we're but who knows what's gonna happen as these 4 years go on, girl. So I just am so happy to be talking to you and laughing so hard. My tummy hurts. I'm getting cramps. What was I saying?
Hilarious.
Oh, yeah. So we named them, which some people might say could be a mistake because then kids get more attached.
It's going to be hard to kill them. Yeah.
Yeah. So my son doesn't think we're going to kill Joe Biden or Skibbity Toilet.
Skibbity Toilet.
But I mean, when
so there's a product. It's called Sky Rizzy.
What's that?
I'm not sure.
It's a medication, isn't it?
Is it Sky Rizzy?
I think so.
Yeah, I guess it is. But my daughter, she sent me the photograph of it, and she said Sky Rizzy faux shizzy.
Oh my God. Hey.
Just when you said Skibbity Toilet, it reminded me of that.
That's funny. Yeah, that's good. Man, what else was I going to tell you? Oh, yeah. So we're planning for the apocalypse. That's why we're raising and growing our own food. And as far as my garden goes, and I'm so proud of it, that's why I posted pictures of it on our Patreon.
Right.
I've got cucumbers, watermelon.
Wow. Look at you
all kinds of herbs and spices, onions, garlic, carrots, potatoes, strawberries, blackberries, and blueberries.
Wow.
I hope they grow. I don't know. It's just hodgepodge of stuff. I'm reusing old containers, egg cartons, toilet paper rolls as planters, old water bottles. It's just crazy over here. Yeah.
Just trying things out, figure out what works.
I'm really just trying to keep my mental okay. And gardening is really helping. Being outside.
Well, good. I'm happy to hear that.
I have worms that I love. My worms are in my compost pile.
You got a worm farm?
Yeah. And I used to be terrified of worms. I'm like,
really?
They just creep me out. But I pick them up. Hey guys, enjoy these old apples.
Aww.
You know? Yeah, so it's really rad. And my kids are getting into it too. And Joe Biden and Franz are, you know.
And don't forget Skibbity Toilet.
Yeah, Skibbity Toilet. There's another one named Ivy, and another one named Old Whitey named his Bun B, like the rapper.
What kind of an animal is it? Is it a duck or a turkey or what?
Yeah, Bun B is a mallard.
A mallard, no, Bun B.
Mallards are not, I don't know anything about ducks. I never had a duck before, but they're not as friendly as the other ones. So
we get mallards in our backyard. They want to go in the pool, so we have to chase them out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we don't want them to have ducklings, lay eggs, because they will die.
In the pool.
In the pool, yeah, they'll die.
Oh, yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah,
in week 1, and their water bowl, we had to put rocks in it to keep them from drowning.
Oh wow.
Yeah. From just even a little rim of water.
Well, there's just, in a pool, it's chlorinated and everything. There's no food. So there won't be enough food to eat. I mean, the ducks don't know. They're just like, oh, water,
Yeah.
But there's not enough food for the ducklings and they have a hard time getting out. And so, yeah, we don't want them in there. And so every time we see them, we chase them away.
Oh, look at you saving the planet one duck at a time. You know what? It was good talking to you, friend.
Yeah, you too.
Love you
too. Bye.
Now, where can the people find us, Beth?
Our website is fruitloopspod.com, and we use fruitloops.pod for all of our social media. The footnotes for each episode can be found on our website. Plus, check it out for the different ways that you can support the show. You can also join us on Patreon, where we have hundreds of hours of bonus content. You can also support us by supporting our sponsors or by giving us a 5-star review.
5 stars only, please.
Also, don't forget to subscribe.
That's right. Now, this is a weekly podcast, and episodes drop on Thursdays. So until next time, love you. Bye. Uh-oh.
Are you okay?
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Uh-oh.
What?
Well, I have to join the session again. I clicked somewhere random on the screen.
Oh my gosh.
I'm into.
Okay. That's now I hear you echoing.
Hang on. Okay, what did I do? Actually, I didn't do anything.
Okay.
Just confused myself. That means it's time to go to bed.
All right, so I guess we should get this shit going.
It's fine, because I work a lot. And because I'm really behind, we got a skeleton crew. And I work so late at night and on weekends, and sometimes I'm just staring at the screen and just putting the raw notes in the file. files, and then I'm like, oh, how many times before I take my ass to bed?
Yeah.
So anyway, I've been doing a lot of that lately. That's my sign. That's my sign.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Why is there a skeleton crew?
Well, due to insider trading, I cannot say, but no, I'm just kidding. No, it's just there's only.
I was going to say, what has insider trading got to do with it?
I don't know. Anyway, sorry. What is this? I love you. Bye. Okay.
Yeah, I love you. Bye.
I love you. I love you. Bye to being overworked.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a duck blur. Can I tell you, we have been singing that song as a family. Like, time to clean out the duck kennel. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery. Or rewrite history. Duck dance. Woo. I just love it's a duck blur. What? I don't know what a duck blur is, but boy,
I don't know
does
the
it
words.
stink.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, my friend. I do love you for reals. And
love you
night
too.
For reals.
Good
and
night.
I will get the audio in the drive. For
All right,
reals.
sounds good. All right.
Okay. Nighty night. Love you.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.
Have you ever wondered about things that go bump in the night, or objects in the sky, or other things you just couldn't explain? Then join me, Jim Mallard, on my podcast, The Mallard Report. Each week, you'll find engaging conversations with guests who are authors, historians, and scholars who lend their expertise as we discuss current events and venture into the fringe and paranormal. The Mallard Report hits controversies head-on, yet remains conversational, and can be found on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and any other major podcast platform.
Hey, Fruities, if you're into the kind of stories we tell here on Fruitloops Serial Killers of Color, then you'll love the podcast Ice Cold Case.
For some people, true crime stories are fascinating, gut-wrenching, and heartbreaking. But this investigation into the murder of John Cornelius McGee is as personal as it gets.
Ice Cold Case is a unique true crime podcast where the host and the daughter of the victim, Madison McGee, brings a powerful, personal, and deeply unique perspective to the true crime genre.
Yes, agree with all those things. Now, Madison fearlessly tackles the unknown and will stop at nothing to find out what happened to her dad on July 11th in 2002.
Each episode takes you on the journey of her independent investigation in real time.
Yeah, one of the many things I love about Cold Case is how Madison is able to balance the emotional side of this story while also focusing on fact-finding and truth-telling, from speaking to county officials to family members to even interviewing the police's main suspect in the case. That was wild.
Yeah.
Madison remains steadfast in her mission to solve her father's murder. And while the twists and turns may turn away even a seasoned journalist from moving forward, she just doesn't give up.
And you know what? This is the perfect podcast if you love a deep dive into a specific case and want to put on your own detective hat and explore this riveting mystery.
Yes. Told from the perspective of a daughter fighting for justice, for answers, and for closure, Ice Cold Case is the most personal true crime podcast and will make you feel like you're on this journey alongside Madison.
Part 3 starts in April. Find Ice Cold Case wherever you listen to podcasts.